Greetings, and welcome. Welcome back here to the sweet spot. I'm so delighted you're here. I'm glad you're here, that you're making it through this week with me as we tackle a very important topic, the idea of the unshakable you. So we've been looking at unshakableness, if that's a word. All right, on Monday we talked about moving before you start thinking the ground is settled. You got to move even while the ground is shaking. On Tuesday we talked about the idea that you've got to, once you start moving, you got to process this pain. You've got to process the stress. You can't just walk around and do nothing. And then the third thing on Wednesday, Win It All Wednesday, we redefined winning as something that happens inside of you. It doesn't matter whether you have applause or not. And we find ourselves here in Trust Yourself Thursday. And if we're talking about becoming unshakable, here's the truth, my friend. You can't stand strong if you're always second guessing yourself. Real peace begins with unshakable self-trust. So why does this matter? Well, when your self-trust is cracked, everything gets wobbly. Everything gets shaky. And what happens is we start outsourcing our peace to other people's opinions, to somebody who has a loud voice or who sounds really super intelligent or who's overpowering. We start just giving in to them and outsourcing it to them, to the strongest voice in the room. Or we wait for permission to be who we already are. We wait for somebody else to tell us who we are and what we're good at. So self-trust isn't loud, it's steady. It isn't arrogant, it's aligned. It's aligned with our inner truth, our values. Before we can do anything else, I want you to write down your top 3 core values. What are your core values, right? What makes you you? What do you stand for? Think about that and then align yourself with that and start believing it. Because your and my self-trust can be shaken by this world's influences. Sometimes perfectionism is shaking our trust. We have a secret feeling inside that if I mess up, I can't trust myself, that I've got to be perfect to matter. Comparison, you know that one, the thief of joy. Comparison says, they seem more confident, so maybe I'm wrong. Or sometimes it's past failure. You remember, I've made some bad calls before. I've made some mistakes before, so maybe I shouldn't decide right now. I'll let somebody else decide. Or maybe it's a self-esteem issue. Like, I don't feel like I'm good enough. I don't think I'm really good enough to do that. So those are things that shake our self-trust. But here's the truth. Failure doesn't kill self-trust. Abandoning your reflection, abandoning your ability to trust your deeper self, that's what kills self-trust. You don't rebuild self-trust by being right. You rebuild it by being honest with yourself. And the brain, as you know on the sweet spot, we love neuroscience. The brain loves evidence. The brain is an evidence-seeking machine. I don't know about you, but my brain is always looking for evidence. And so every time you honor your gut, every time you speak your truth or set a boundary, your brain sees that as evidence. And you are rewiring your brain for it to believe in you. Because when you don't speak your truth and you don't honor your gut feelings and you don't set boundaries, your brain also sees that as evidence that you don't really believe in you, that you don't think highly of yourself. And guess what? It puts down those neural patterns. So you want to create powerful neural patterns by building your internal GPS, which means that you've got to speak your truth, you've got to follow your spidey senses, you've got to follow the Holy Spirit's inkling inside of you, and you've got to trust you. Because small, honest choices will build strong, unshakable circuits in your brain. Start small. Maybe don't ask somebody to choose what's on the menu for you. Just decide. So in the ancient wisdom, which always backs us up, I love this verse in Proverbs. Trust in the Lord. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. And don't lean to your own understanding. Because sometimes when we lean to our own understanding, we start wobbling, we start being wishy-washy, we start letting doubt creep in. But if you trust in the Most High with all your heart and you're just going to go in, wow, you're really demonstrating self-trust. So yeah, trust in the Most High with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Try that on and see how confident it makes you. And I'll add this, the more anchored you are in spirit, the quieter the noise becomes in your life and the clearer your own wisdom gets. There's something about silence, something about that silence that allows the deeper wisdom to speak to you. Author Brené Brown said, integrity is choosing what's right over what's easy. And Jay-Z said, nobody is built like you. You design yourself. Say less. Here's your affirmation for today. I trust my voice. I trust what I've already survived. I move in alignment, not for approval. And then ask yourself, what choice or change am I avoiding right now because I don't trust me? Is it because I truly need more clarity? Do I need more evidence? Or is it because I don't trust my own ability to handle the outcome? Get real with you and answer that one. What's the cost of staying unsure when deep down I already know the answer? Lots of times we already know the answer. We've got to trust that. So remember, clarity often follows movement. It doesn't come before it. And self-trust isn't about knowing everything. It's about trusting that you can respond with wisdom when it counts. It's believing that even if something goes wrong and I'm off and I made a mistake, I can self-correct that. Because greater is that which is in me than anything is in this world. That's what self-trust is. That there's a God within you that's more powerful than anything in the world. And you plus God is enough. Period. So you've been listening to The Sweet Spot. This is Trust Yourself Thursday. Tomorrow, it's Finish Strong Friday, and we'll talk about closing your week with power, even when things don't feel perfect. Because look, unshakable doesn't mean polished, it doesn't mean perfect, it just means being present and ready to rock and roll, ready to make the moves, ready to win, ready to take action. Let's finish strong tomorrow. See you there. Until then, stay grounded, stay kind, and above all, trust yourself. Trust the still, quiet inner voice. This is Dr. Derek Sweet. If you liked this episode and you feel that there's a friend out there who could use a word on trust, please share it. And I know you've already subscribed. Bless you.